Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cilya if you're new to this channel. So today we're going to be talking about tips to make your locks voluptuous, more volume, more full looking. These are my tips that I go by ever since I started my lock journey, and I still do some of them now. Some of them I tweak them and I do new things, because something that I notice is as my hair gets longer, the volume kind of like goes down a little bit, because you know, in the beginning stage your hair is maturing, it kind of expands and like buds up and stuff like that, and then after your hair starts to mature it kind of condenses. So these are tips for me to maintain that volume if that's something that you're looking for. And I feel like these tips, it doesn't really matter, well, some of them might matter, but you know, I feel like it's still helpful for people who have fine locked hair. Still listen up. So the first tip that I have is trim your hair. So the reason why I say trim your hair is when you grow your hair out long, especially locks and sister locks, I see some people that it looks like they have like split ends with locks. Like there's like 4 or a good bunch of locks where they're kind of longer, and then there's a fullness to it. You know, it's just like there's a discrepancy in the length, but it's not like a minor discrepancy like how you see it with my hair. It's like major to the point where it looks like you have like split ends on locks. So my tip to kind of like even that out and make everything kind of look more square or more round and fuller is to trim it so that it kind of basically looks the same length all around. Because I find that like when it has that discrepancy, your hair doesn't look as full. It looks like kind of like if you've ever gotten a perm, and you know how girls used to be like, you know, oh, my hair's so long, but they would have all these split ends, but then when they cut the split ends, it looks so full and healthy. Kind of the same thing with locks. So another tip that I have is to do a braid out. So when your locks get longer, even in the beginning stage, they look more straight. Straight hair has a more tapered type of look. Tapered means that it's not as outwards, but if you do a braid out, twist out, any type of finagling or messing with your hair to attain some type of curl, this is a braid out, but this is like a halfway braid out. So I braided it halfway and then I left the ends loose at the end right here, like straight. So that's why it looks kind of straight. You could do this as an everyday look. You could also just braid your hair every night and then just spritz it with some water, which is another thing that you could do. And that's what's gonna make your hair look more voluptuous. So yeah, what I was just saying, add water. Water kind of helps expand the hair follicles, and that makes your hair like grow a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but if you add water, it makes things look a little bit fuller. It loosens things up so that your hair follicles are more separated. So adding water is another way that you can make your hair look voluptuous. Something that may seem very minor, but I have like, it makes a major difference, is separating your locks. When you go day to day and stuff like that, and when I say separate your locks, I'm not talking about like right here and just like make sure this is not tangled. I'm talking about from the root. Like actually go in and separate your locks, because when they get stuck together, the hair kind of gets clumped together and it condenses the overall look. But I tell you, when you detangle and you separate from the root, everything is more out. Your scalp feels more free. But yeah, separating your locks from the root, it definitely makes a difference when it comes to making your hair look more voluptuous. Comb them every day, or you know, finger detangle them every day, but separating them right over here is gonna do you justice, girl. This one is for the girlies that are not scared of adding a little hair to their hair. They have clip-ins. That's another way to get fuller hair. Get some clip-ins that have like sister locks, micro locks, regular locks. They make clip-ins for people that have locks, and I think you could go on Etsy and you could find, there's people that do create custom-made locks for you. You just have to communicate with them and stuff like that. But you could clip those in, make your hair look fuller too. You could do more hairstyles. But yeah, clip-ins. Another tip that I have is wear a bonnet. And I'm not talking about the small shower cap type of bonnet. I'm talking about the really long. You want there to be enough room for your hair to actually like fit in there and fit without getting crinkled up. Because if you wrap your hair with a tight scarf at nighttime, it's gonna flatten everything out, kind of like how you wrap your hair with when you have a perm. It kind of makes everything straight, keeps it straight and condensed. Same thing happened with locks. You want to make sure you're wearing a bonnet so that everything kind of stays expanded and your hair is free to move around as you're sleeping within a protected silk or satin bonnet. And that does make a difference. Before, when I first started my journey, I was using like turbans because my hair was like so short to the point where if I slept a certain way, it would be all over the place in the morning, and the turbans would kind of like help everything lay down, especially like this area. If I wore a bonnet, it kind of stuck up like that, and I was really into maintaining, like trying to get that length out. So yeah, I noticed it would make things flat when I wore a turban. So wearing a bonnet kind of keeps everything like free, moving around, and it keeps your hair looking like voluptuous. Another tip is to blow dry your hair. So when it comes to like everyday, let me because you might get confused because I just said add water, but what I'm talking about is everyday maintaining just regular moisture, kind of like how if you grease your scalp or something like that, if you have braids or doing a twist out or something like that, use water to expand and kind of make things alive again. But when it comes to washing your hair, I am not really an advocate for just letting it air dry all the time because it does turn out flat. It gives you a little bit of a flat appearance, and it makes everything look kind of like not as full, versus when you add the heat or versus when you add the air, cold or warm air, it expands everything and it dries everything up, especially clean hair. So blow dry your hair or sit underneath a dryer after you're done washing. You could still, you know, air dry for a little bit, but you know, you just want to make sure you get at least 5 to 10 minutes in of blow drying to kind of help expand things a little bit and let it set like that. You don't want it to set condensed. But that kind of sums up the advice that I have in regards to like making your hair look more voluptuous. If anybody has any other tips, please feel free to comment down below. I'm interested in hearing because I'm always for the tea, whatever the deets, in regards to making my hair look more juicy and full. Like, I'm all there. So please put down any recommendations if you have anything to say in the comments in regards to making your hair more voluptuous, and let me know how you guys like this video. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope everybody's journey is doing good. I hope you guys are giving yourself grace. I hope you guys are taking things day by day and really taking things in as you're actually experiencing it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.